video is about releasing the queen into the hive by tearing the screen off of the queen cage.
We're installing packages. It's April 2022.
All right, we're going to take the queen out, and rather than put a candy plug in there, we'll set her aside for a second.
Is it okay to shake bees? Like, does it hurt them?
No, bees got an ectoskeleton. They're tougher than you think they might be, so it doesn't hurt them to shake them out. It just seems like it's brutal. Some people are reluctant to do that, and I'm going to dribble sticky syrup all over them to keep them from flying. And it's okay. Those bees are all right. Didn't hurt them a bit. Frame of honey from last year. That's the best bee feed. Empty comb, that gives them space immediately to work on. And a division board feeder or a frame feeder, called a frame feeder because it sits in place of a frame, called a division board feeder because they often use a division board or a dummy board in the frame, in the hive.
And online and the catalogs it's called a pro feeder.
All right, I'm going to take most of my syrup and put it in here from the leftover from the can. All right, I'm going to save a little bit of syrup right there because we're going to dump some of it right on the queen bee. Okay, so I'm going to get this queen bee sticky. The bees are going to clean her off so she won't be harmed, right? I'm going to dump some syrup right on her. Okay, she's all wet. Now she can't fly anywhere. Now I'm just going to pry the cage off of the...
Could you dump too much in there?
Not if I release her right away. Let's put her here where the bees are, okay? And I'm going to take this off. Now you watch her crawl out. Watch her crawl. So she didn't fly away, see? She crawled down in the hive. Okay, so now my next urgency is to get that lid on quick before she goes anywhere else. The advantage of doing it that way is now I know for sure the queen was released. I know exactly when she was released, and you saw how unharmed she was. Sure, she's a little sticky, but the bees will tend to her, clean her all up.
I mean, we don't have to worry about, like, if we don't see eggs in 3 days, we're not like, oh, maybe she was released late from her cage. You'll know that it's because of something else.
Right.
You got a little wet with sugar syrup. Okay, with some sugar syrup, and then she's sticky.
We've got to make sure that we get the queen bee sticky. Can't have her, we don't want to drown her, but we want to have her wings sticky so she can't fly.
Oh, there she goes. Okay, she just crawled out, so we know she's out. She crawled down there.
here's the situation we're in. If I got in there right now and looked for the queen to see if she came back, then she might just likely fly off again. So if she's laying eggs, she won't fly away, but that won't be for another day or two. So you got a decision to make now if this happens. Do I get another queen and put in there right now so we don't lose any momentum? Or do I wait for a couple of days to see if she came back? Because I have some extra queen bees, I'm probably going to put an extra queen bee in there right now and just not worry about my loss. You can see where my hive tool's pointing. That bee's fanning its wings, and you can see it's got its tail in the air and its stinger everted, and the Nasanov gland is exposed. They're fanning their wings to get together, find out where the queen went. So hopefully that signal will bring the queen back into the hive. Nasanoving means everybody get together. That bee, there's a good picture of a bee right there with its Nasanov gland exposed. It says to everybody, there's a disturbance in the hive. Everybody come together until we figure out and regroup and decide what to do next.
This is the colony that the queen flew away when we were installing the queen, and so we're hoping she'd come back, but we're just going to hedge our bets and put a new queen in there.
Right.
So we can see, is that the new queen right there in that cage?
That's a new queen in there. They're acting like they would like her to join their colony.
Okay. So if you saw them like trying to sting her or like act aggressively towards her, then...
Yeah, if you shake the cage like that, the bees will come off. And if they're like her, if they're trying to kill her, they'll hang on tight. You can't shake it hard enough to get all those bees off. This is a good example here. Look at this, or if you're still videoing.
Yeah.
There's an attendant bee inside this cage with the queen. So if I were to attempt to release this queen with the cage facing down, the exit facing down, that dead bee would fill up the hole and the queen might not be able to get out. So in this case, I want to put the queen in here with that dead bee at the bottom of the cage and the exit at the top.
Okay, so are you going to do the honey in the plug kind of method because it didn't really work out to let her?
Yeah, so these bees know that they had a different queen than this, but I've done this before and I got away with it. I'm just going to release her quickly and we're going to be done with it.
Okay. Okay.
So she'll be out of there in just a few minutes, and the dead bee is at the bottom of the cage.
So you're just wedging it between the two.
Yep. If the other queen comes back, then they'll have to fight it out to see which one.
But at least then they'll have a queen.
At least they'll have a queen, so we didn't waste our package bees.
Yeah.
I did that so I wouldn't smash so many bees, putting the lid back on.